Hey folks, welcome to Beards of Camo. I hope this finds everybody happy and healthy. For y'all that don't know, I'm Bob. On this video, we're going to go more in depth on my AR build. Now this is an AR15. AR stands for Armalite Rifle 15. It is basically the same thing as an M4, which is what the military uses. Now this is pretty much the same thing as what the military uses. The only difference is civilians are not permitted by law to have an automatic rifle. So this is only semi-automatic. That means that it fires as quick as you can pull that trigger. Quick as your finger can move, okay? It's got two settings, safe and fire. Whereas your military AR-15s and M4s have three. You got safe, you got fire, and you got automatic. Pull the trigger back. Okay. Now, a little backstory. I come from a long line of military. Both of my grandfathers served. William Miles Witt Jr., my mom's dad, he was on D-Day, he was with the 82nd Airborne, dropped in Normandy behind enemy lines, and then in the Korean War, he joined up with the 101st Airborne. My other grandfather was an MP. I don't know much about his career. I've got great uncles, great cousins. My son is a Marine. Tons of cousins in the forces, in the Army and the Marine. Tons of family members. Special Forces, Army, Marines. John, my one cousin, he's the 82nd Airborne. Just like my grandpa. Separate side of the family. His son, Marine. My son, Marine. My stepsister, she served in the military. I don't recall what branch. My ex-brother-in-law, National Guards. I was not able to serve. I was born with some deformities in my feet and ankles. They told me that I would not be able to. And I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have been able to pass boot camp. I wouldn't have been able to make it through boot camp. Anyhow, so all that, my favorite gun has always been the M4, the AR-15. They all shoot the same round. It's 5.56 NATO. They will also shoot a 223 Remington. This particular build is 5.56 NATO, which can shoot both. But if you build a 223 Remington, it's not going to shoot the 5.56 NATO. Why? Because the military decided that was great, and they're going to take that and they're going to mess with it a little bit, change it a little bit. And so your 5.56 NATOs can shoot 5.56 NATOs. They can also shoot 223 Remingtons. You build one that is 223 Remington, it's not going to shoot 5.56 NATO. It may, but it's just advised not to. So anyhow, we'll get into this build. First off, I got to give a shout out to Austin Nolan, Dustin Ty, and Brandon Van of Van Industries. For Christmas, the guys got me probably 90% of this build. There was a few things I had to get on my own, which is cool. I had to learn, talk to people, watch videos, read, talk to Brandon, Austin, everybody. And I built this from the ground up. I put in every pin, every spring, everything. Now, most of this build is primarily from Anderson Manufacturing, which is located here in Kentucky. And I love to support local. And it works out because Anderson manufacturers have really good products. So, like the lower, the upper, Anderson, buffer tube, Anderson. Barrel is a government style 16-inch 1 1/8 twist 5.56 NATO. What that means, and here's the government style. Now the 1/8 twist is for every 8 inches, the bullet twists 1 complete round. So in this 16-inch barrel, it twists 2 times before it comes out. Now, here is a A1 birdcage flash hider, which it hides your flash, okay? It's got a tube that goes down. You probably can't see it, but it goes down. When you shoot the cartridge, it takes the gases down, it pushes the bolt carrier back. Back in here is a spring. It's called a buffer tube. It's got a spring and a weight. And it pushes that back, ejects the spent cartridge out, pushes up another one. The spring and the weight in the buffer tube comes up, sets everything right. If everything is not seated right, you have a forward assist right here. You push that. Now, you should never have to use that forward assist if you keep everything clean, which I did. Now, your upper, your lower, the buffer tube is Anderson. Your hand protector here is M-Lock. I have M-Lock clips, swivels for my sling. M-Lock collapsible fiber optic iron sights. Why iron sights? Always used iron sights, whole life. Chances are real good I'm going to get a scope I'll put on this for hunting. Now this hand stop is made by Magpul. It's got a front stop here and it's got a rear stop here. It is adjusted to my hand. Okay? It's not going to allow my hand to drift back or forwards, which sometimes it does. I gotta work on that. Now, on the other side of my upper receiver, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the Second Amendment. That's pretty important to me. Everything is torqued down to specs. Barrel's torqued down to 45 pounds. My front sight and my rear sight are adjustable. We're zeroed in at 36 and 300 yards, meaning your zero at 36 yards is going to be your zero at 300 yards because your projectile goes like that. If everything's perfect, I don't shake, the wind don't blow, all that. Next video, we're going to go to the shooting range and we'll shoot. All right. Thanks for watching. If you're a shooter, learn and observe and follow all of your safety rules and regulations. Stay tuned for the next video at the shooting range. I love you. God loves you. Yeah.